Hello, hello. How is everybody doing today? Sorry, it was a little bit, I think my clock is a little bit off in my room. Tried to start about 10 after. Apologies for being a few minutes late, but I need to look into maybe doing, so does anyone know how to do a timer, like a countdown timer on Twitch? Would be good. I do have a sticker shop, yes. You can type !Redbubble if you want to find the sticker shop. Also, I changed my setup slightly at home. Hopefully my camera stays on. It may not. So apologies in advance if it shuts down. Also, let's see if Krita is working. Sorry, folks. I'm a little sleepy today. Had trouble falling asleep again. So I'm running on like 5 hours. It's very frustrating, this whole sleep issue. I think part of it is that it's hot. Yeah, Nixon. I don't sleep well when I'm hot at all. And there's no central AC in like most buildings in Colorado. And so the rooms get really hot. It's just not my favorite. I do miss central heat, central cooling. Would love to live in a place that had that. We have an AC unit, but it's right here. It's out here in the living room. My bedroom is on the opposite end of the house, so we don't turn it on at night because it's very expensive and loud. Anyway, I mean, it's definitely survivable. It's just hot. But yeah, let me write down our little mantra thing and kind of get started. Oh, as always, you didn't have to give those bits. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. And thank you. I saw you gave some bits earlier. You're too generous, my friend. You know, they have a new thing now. If you just like giving random bits, I think you can do a few new things in chat. There's like the Gigantify emotes thing. Yeah, we're at the backup studio today, guys. Tuesday has kind of become since I don't do an afternoon stream, I just use the morning to like I just started my laundry for the week. That's what I was doing before stream, so I haven't had a chance to read the messages or anything. Oh, you have 30 bits left. Oh, I see. So you like to spread them around. That's so nice of you, Azalace. Thank you for doing that. You really don't have to, but I super appreciate it. Yeah, so I think probably most Tuesdays I'll be streaming from here unless I've got something else going on later in the day that keeps me. But I get very few days. I actually don't really get days at home to like take care of stuff. And so yeah, I only had to let the chickens out this morning and stream. Those are the only two things on my to-do list today, like my calendar anyway, which is rare. Like yesterday I had 6 things. So it's just, yeah. When I have these days that are a little more open, it's a lot easier for me to like do morning chores and that kind of thing. So yeah, let's do our little mantra. Let's get I don't know why that G is so bright. Why is my handwriting just the worst? Get the bad drawings out. That's what we're doing today, folks. We are working through the bad drawings. If you've never heard me explain this mantra before, I don't feel like I've explained it in a while. The whole idea behind this is, it takes 1,000 bad drawings to make one good drawing. So that's one way of looking at it. We're just trying to start the journey of 1,000 doodles, right? But the other way to look at it is, for me, sometimes I'm just not like today, I'm not super awake. And so it kind of takes a while for me to get those art juices going for the day. And so, I used to do this in my sketchbooks a lot. I just randomly doodle until I felt warmed up. But doing it from reference kind of gives a purpose to the doodling, right? So it helps you to improve a skill set and also wake up those art muscles to kind of get your day started. So yeah, it's a dual purpose mantra. Today the theme is going to be coral reef, coral in general. But I'm going to turn it into, I'm going to do a few studies of different types of coral, and then I'm going to look at just painting a coral environment. So this is going to be a half sketch study for me and a half painting study. If you would like to paint along or draw along, please feel free to do so. You don't have to join the Discord to draw along. It is easier for me to share your work probably, but if you want to sketch along, do some kind of a warm-up study, and then post that link in the chat at the end, that's totally fine. We do a share, like an art share at the end of these warm-up streams. So anybody who would like to is more than welcome to join in. So I don't know, the only downside is I don't know if I have any references ready for this. So I think I have a few, but I am going to very quickly look up different types of coral. If anyone happens to know things about coral, please feel free to share in the chat. I would love some direction. Also, it is very bright, and I dislike that intensely, how bright this is. I don't even know where I'd put coral. Maybe invertebrates? I have an invertebrates folder. Let's see if I have any coral. I don't think I do. Because coral is actually animals. It's not a plant. In case you didn't know that. I do have some, like... Wow, I typed in coral and literally none of the images are coral. That's frustrating. Here we go. The trick with this, I think, is going to be to find non-AI generated coral. Ugh, on Pinterest. Here's one that's not too bad. We'll just put it in invertebrates for now. Is this real? This looks real-ish. Maybe. Ugh, I don't know. I'm getting off of Pinterest. I don't trust it. If anyone is having trouble with the whole, like, finding references that aren't AI, I always type in before 2021 on my search string. And then also you can do -AI. Coral. I want to find real pictures of coral. Wait a minute. Hold on, that didn't work. Why didn't that work? There we go. I was like, the first result was an article from this year, and I was like, hold on. Hold on, everybody. Definitely don't want anything from after 2021. Okay, yeah, here's some good coral reef images. Some really cool ones. I'm gonna catch up in chat in just a second. I'm so sorry that I'm behind today, guys. You're getting half awake, Casey, today. I apologize. Hopefully I'll be a better Casey tomorrow. And get some actual sleep would be amazing. I would love some sleep. I hate relying on things like melatonin, but unfortunately it's kind of to the point. Alright, so I'm going to be pinning a few things in invertebrates, so I'll go ahead and link that if you need that. If anyone finds a cool reference for coral, please by all means tell me. I do have a waterscapes folder, but I don't have any coral reef pictures pinned yet, but I will in just a second. Sorry, I'm slow today. So here is the waterscapes pin if you want to look at coral reefs, and here is the invertebrates board, so you can look at invertebrates, which is where I'll put coral. I know that's kind of confusing, sorry about that, but I can't think of a better way to organize this. Digital coral, here, okay. Oh no, oh no, ah, poopy monkey, ah, sorry, pardon my French. Why did it do that? Oh, here we go. Ah, it did it again! Why is OBS doing this? I can't press up, apparently, without it scrolling back through all the things I've typed. That's weird. Reef, ref. You can also press exclamation point. Yeah, sorry. Please pardon my French. Yes, I know that was a potty word. I told you guys, I'm very family friendly in real life too. Okay, there is... I think I said that once before and Amaze quoted me. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's a quote somewhere if you type exclamation point quote. I think that's how you pull those. There we go. So there's references at the top. If anyone needs those, I think that they work. Let me know if they don't and we can repin it. Yeah, so I'm just looking for cool references, and let me catch up in chat. Ah, where did my reef picture go? I just had a reef picture and it's now gone. Coral reef. Okay. Superman. Here we go. Let's, I'm gonna get something on the screen so you guys have something to look at that isn't just my tired face. There we go. Look, we found a coral reef, guys. So this will be hopefully helpful for doing underwater scenes. I feel like I want to look specifically at different textures in the coral. Different types of coral would be good. But for now, we're just gonna have this picture. And I'm gonna pin it in the nature and scenery section in waterscapes. There we go. Sorry, I have to tell you what I'm doing because I have to walk myself through it because I'm very sleepy. Oh, here we go. Invertebrates. Perfect. There's another coral. Here's another. Ooh, this is a pretty coral. Invertebrates. Pinning as fast as I can, guys. Here's a pretty one. That is not either of those things. I hope everyone's having a good morning, by the way. Hopefully some of you are a little more awake than I am. I'm trying really hard to not pin anything that's AI, but if you guys notice something that looks AI that I pin, please just, what is this? What are these? I have so many questions. This is not a coral. This is like a nudibranch. Look at this nudibranch. Sorry, I got very distracted pinning that too. You guys look at this. It won't let me do that, I don't think. No. I have to copy it. You guys, I'm sorry. I know it's not Sea Slug Dragon Day, although that is tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sea Slug Dragon Drawing Day. Look at this cool nudibranch! I just want you guys to look at it. I think we did a dragon based on this one already. I just really like them. Oh no, now I'm in the nudibranch section of Pinterest. Help. I gotta get out. Oh no. What is this? That's a mushroom. Oh my gosh, Pinterest, you're useless. You're useless. I just need coral. Let me get out of this. Oh my gosh, thank you guys. Holy cow, amazing fan. That is a lot of points to contribute to the game fund. Also, I feel like my stream is lagging. Hold on. Is it okay on your end, guys? How is it for you? Alright, let me scroll up to, I haven't actually said hi to everybody. I'm sorry. I like saying hi to everybody. I like greeting people individually if I can. Thank you guys for being here, by the way. I super appreciate your company. Yanni, I don't know if I said hi to you. Welcome in. And Felix, it's good to see you back. I'm glad we didn't scare you off yet. How was your night? Or your day? I'm actually not even sure where you are in the world. Yeah, Azalace, once again, thank you for those bits. Let me just, hey Kudo. I'm glad you like those emotes. That's okay, paleontologist VA. I appreciate you being here anytime you can. The attendance is never required, but it's much appreciated. I need a cheese command? What does the cheese command do? I mean, listen, I'm open to suggestions, Azalace. What would you like the cheese command to do? Do I have a shop to pick up my stuff? Oh, you're asking about channel point stickers, paleontologist VA. I'm sorry, I totally missed that. I need to get on that. Yes, there is a form you can fill out. I have a form if you do redeem the sticker sheet. And then you can, I'll just send you a picture of the sticker options. Thank you for giving me a heads up that you're thinking about redeeming that. And I will try and move that up on my to-do list this week. Oh my gosh, the bits. Why? Thank you. Oh, Azalace, you have so few left. Don't waste them. Don't waste your bits here. I do appreciate that, though. Thank you. Those little bits go to help pay for my studio, my actual studio. For anyone who's new, this is not where I normally stream from. This is my living room. Although I do have this lovely decorative wall thing now because I got tired of this blank wall. I'll be back in the studio tomorrow for the stream. Yes, yep. I will get on that sticker redeem. There's also a print redeem if anybody is saving up for that. The prints are little they're actually about like this. This is, actually, here's one of the ones you can redeem. Although normally it'll come in a frame, so they come framed. Yeah, it's like just a little 5x7. I'll ship it to you in a frame. Just a little paper frame, like a mat, but you know. Anyway, there's like a whole bunch of different options. You found out about your unsent cheese. Oh no. Chris Wright, hey. Big Casey, what's goody? Am I big today? Am I big? Am I too close to the screen? I changed my camera angle because the other angle was catching the light really weird. So I'm hoping this is a little bit better. Although I still look like I'm in like a murder mystery because of this like weird half lighting. Doing good. I do have a sticker shop, yes. So sorry, when you asked about the sticker shop earlier, I thought you were asking about my like online print-on-demand sticker shop. If you ever want to shop for some stickers, I think there's a sale going on, but you can type !Redbubble, and that's that shop. And then yeah, hold on, I'm behind on chat already. Holy cow! PJ, my gosh, there's so many people in here. Is that for hello guys? How are you? We're gonna do coral reefs, not nudibranchs. I just really like that picture, so please ignore. I should probably take that down. Working your first art fight, Kudo. Nice, nice. I'm excited to see it. Krita is working amazing. Good, good. Yeah. Hey Maze, how are you? Thanks for helping out. I appreciate you. And thanks for that shout out for Blue Skittle. I'm guessing he's in chat. I'm not there yet, but I will get down there. I hope you can. Yeah, see, I think the nap. I took a nap yesterday, Shira, and I actually think that's what messed me up, is that I took an hour nap after my warm-up stream because I was so tired. I'm running on like multiple weeks of low sleep, so I think my body is running down. I think that's why my voice is so raspy. This is usually what happens when I'm about to get sick, because it's like, hey, you need to start sleeping or I'm gonna make you sick. So we'll see. Yeah, but also hello Shiratoshi. Thanks for coming on in. It's so good to see ya. Thanks for all the art and the inspiration that you do. Let's see what we got. I'm getting close to the bottom of chat. Making an AC? You made an AC in college out of styrofoam cooler? Yeah, I've heard those don't work at all. Those DIY swamp coolers. Yeah, but when you're desperate, I understand. No, I could probably buy a portable AC and put it in my bedroom. I just don't. I don't know. Money. I have a lot of expenses coming up this summer. Oh no, before lunch is up. You're at lunch right now, Azalis? Wait, what time is it for you? Oh, you must be on the East Coast. It's like, geez, it's only like 10 a.m. for me. Your brain is also off today. Hey, we can be in the, who wants to be in the off-brain club today? Anybody? Anyone else in the off-brain club? I'm like bleary-eyed, delirious. Okay, I think I'm getting close to the bottom. Rummaging for Fs. Yeah, I know, me too. No worries, Nixon. Feel free to draw whatever. And like I was saying, if anyone's new to this and you don't know that you want to draw coral today, or you don't want to do like an environment study, feel free to do a study of anything that you like, as long as it's work safe. Feel free to drop it in the Discord or like a link in the chat at the end of stream, and I'll do that. You'll be a part of the little warm-up showcase that we do. It did not warm up today. Just drove head first into rendering. It's like running without stretching. Yeah, I bet. Yeah. Well, if you'd like to pause and do a belated warm-up, you're welcome to, but no worries. I hope your drawing's going well, Yanni. I love seeing your work. Feel free to share. Search with -AI. Yeah, I did. The problem is when I typed before : 2022, 2021, I put a space between the colon and the number, and I think that's what messed it up. So I fixed it and it works. So that's always good. Oh, and Esel's here. Hey, Esel, how you doing? Man, there's so many cool folks in chat. Dude, howdy doodle friend. You know, that works on multiple levels, Esel. Oh, coral reef diorama. Oh, nice. So this is really pretty, but I'm actually looking for I need references of actual coral. So this is really cool, but I don't like drawing from artist interpretations when I can on studies. I want to do real things. But I do appreciate that, and I'll read it. I'm sure it looks like it has a lot of good info about coral reefs, which will be nice. Let's see. It is an ongoing struggle, I know. Hey, Armpit Pete, how you doing? The Coral Highlands. Ooh, that sounds pretty. See, you guys are gonna distract me with all these links. I'm just gonna sit here and click at links. That is pretty. All right. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm at the bottom. Puppies and dogs, how are ya? Hey, L, aka Puppies and Dogs. You are now bankrupt. Oh no. You spent your last cheese on me? Oh, I'm honored. Oh my goodness, you guys are too funny. Where are we at on that game? The game challenge. Oh my gosh, you guys have got it to, what are we at now? 16%, holy cow. Man, you guys must really want to play games. It's almost like Twitch is built for that. That's so strange, huh? Who'da thunk? Who'da thunk? Let's see. Yeah, I think I did too. How you doing, Skittle? Oh my gosh, I'm still not at the bottom of chat. You guys are chatty today. Where's the bottom of chat? It's going well. I totally zoned out then. Was I asked a question? Oh, no, I just was saying hi to you. And that's all. You said you were now bankrupt, and so I just said thank you for bankrupting yourself, I think. Oh no, someone did ask me about a cheese command. I'm confused too. Don't worry, we can just all be confused today. What even is this? Hey, you know what? I have cake for breakfast, guys, and my stomach is growling, so I'm gonna eat some while I finish reading what you guys are saying, and then I'll draw. Oh, that was all icing. Hold on. I need some actual cake. I'm a healthy person. I don't sleep and I eat cake for breakfast, guys. We have a problem. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry that your internet's wobbly. Well, thanks for hanging out. Is it buffering for everyone or just blue? It could be on my end, honestly. I'll check my bitrate in a second. Let's see. Yeah. It is now 11:28 where you are. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, thanks. Me too, Esol. Bye, Azalace. Thank you for the bits and enjoy the rest of your shift. Oh, thanks, Shira. No, show up to an important interview super tired and half awake. It's true, I do. Yeah, if there's someone watching right now in the industry and they're like, man, I would work with this girl, but she just looks real ragged, then please give me another chance. But you know what, sure, Toshi, it's a little bit of the pot calling the kettle black here, if you know what I mean, Mr. I have a wrist injury and I'm just gonna draw for 18 hours a day. I would hold up a mirror to you, sir. Thank you for that shot for sure. You guys should all everyone go follow everybody. There's so many awesome artists in chat right now. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, do it, Yanni. We'd love to draw with you. Okay. You see a points challenge, I spend simples. Okay. Cool. Your end is fine. Okay, cool. All right. I made it to the bottom. I made it to the bottom of chat. Okay, let's do it. You're a vampire. Joke's on you. The mirror wouldn't work. Amaze is right. That does explain a lot about your intense grind. Like, how you were able to function, I do not understand. Okay. I have a few references pulled. Like I said, they're pinned to the top. It's so bright. They're pinned to the top of chat. Holy cow. Why? We're gonna do a basic coral first. I'm just gonna get this basic shape down. If anyone finds some more references of photographs of coral, I'm sure there's like a photographer out there somewhere who has spent a lot of time photographing coral. I really like this picture, but I need to delete it. We just don't need it. What am I doing? I'm so tired I can't think. Let's move this over here for now. We will revisit this as a color study because I think this will be a really nice one for that. I feel like this is in an aquarium, so it's not super ideal because I can see the reflection, I think, over there. At least I think it's a reflection. That lighting looks awful lot like aquarium lighting. Either way, we're just gonna do what we can do, okay, folks? Move that to the top. Let's draw. Hopefully everything keeps working. Would love it for it to keep on working. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with me? Help, guys, my brain is non-functioning right now. I just tried to draw on the wrong layer. Coral? Coral! Let's draw some coral! Sorry, guys. I am a mess today. I'm just, anyway. Okay, let's draw. This is gonna be a neat one. Yeah, if I can be awake, hopefully it will be. Hey, Charzia. Yeah, I know. I was a little concerned about AI stuff with the coral reef pictures. Yeah, because these would be very easy for AI because there's so many like gnarled, like strange looking patterns in coral. I am a little worried about pulling those up today. So if you guys spot something, it's hard to tell because the resolution of the image. I don't think this is AI. I don't know. It just looks like an aquarium picture to me, but we shall see. I definitely don't want to be studying something that's AI because that's not helpful in the slightest. All right, so first thing I'm noticing about the shape of coral is you've got these big sections, right? It almost reminds me of when we did antlers or like trees. So you have these big like branching kind of roots. It was the fish that gave you that impression? Yeah, see, when you said that, I started looking at that blue fish, and I kind of want to go look at the higher res image, because you're not wrong. When we get to it, I'll revisit it. I need to Tarzia, I don't know if you just got here, if you've been listening the whole time, but I am a little bit off kilter today, so bear with me. I might be easily distractible and sleepy. Not that that's particularly unique, I suppose, but now to eat my everything bagel. Ooh, that sounds nice. I'll keep eating my cake. This is gonna be okay. If it's AI, it's pretty low key. Yeah, hopefully it's not. Here's a nice picture of a coral reef. Oh, thank you, Paleontologist VA. These are great photos. Perfect. This is like pretty much what I was looking for. Perfect. Let's just use this. This definitely does not look like AI. I thought this one was an aquarium because it looks very manicured. Like it looks like a very picturesque coral setup. But yeah, if it's not an aquarium, I definitely don't want to use it if it's AI. Let's use this one. Thank you for that photography find. This is very clearly a photograph. It doesn't look manicured. Whoa, did you guys know Krita could do that? Because I sure didn't. That was exciting. So there's a good one, and I'll pull up some more here in a little bit. Cool. Nixon, hello. The lighting does look a little uncanny. Yeah, like I said, I thought it was an aquarium, but now that you guys have mentioned it, I definitely am starting to lean toward it was possibly AI. So I'll get that out of my Pinterest board ASAP. Thank you for the catch. Yeah, I definitely don't want to use those. Not helpful. For anyone who's new to drawing and you're like, why wouldn't you use AI art? It's a really pretty image. Why don't you want to study from that? Here's the problem. It's the problem that a lot of people have when they study things that aren't real. You end up learning a style or an artistic interpretation as opposed to what things really look like. And because you don't know what things really look like, you won't be able to abstract them on your own and make your own style and your own take on things. And so we do want to study from photographs for these study streams or from life. So if you are studying from home, look around you. There's probably like furniture sitting by you or flowers or maybe people. Maybe you're at the library or a coffee shop or you're on break. There's stuff you can draw that's real and you can actually learn from that so much more and more quickly. And that's going to help you improve your art more quickly rather than drawing from things that are fake, because then you're gonna learn how to make things look slightly wrong if you're drawing from an artist's interpretation or a style, such as like if you only draw and you only study anime, you're gonna learn a stylized version of a human. You're not gonna learn what real human anatomy looks like. Yes, of course the ethical issues with AI are a huge issue and is a big part of why I don't want to endorse it at all. It's all stolen. If you didn't know that, if you're somehow new to that conversation, it's all stolen, it's all scraped from the internet. Nobody gave their permission for their images, their text, anything to be a part of AI databases. It's a big problem. So I don't want to encourage that at all. And I'm not going to go on my AI tirade, at least not right now. But it is a problem with references because a lot of artists are having issues finding reliable reference for things that aren't AI. It's a little bit annoying. So, okay, so a picture like this, I do want to talk about copying versus studying right now, because this image, if you have a copy mindset, you're going to be a little overwhelmed and you're going to think this is too many pieces and this is a lot to look at. Try and switch, if you can, switch your mindset to a study mindset. So what I'm looking for, I'm asking questions about how this is structured and what's going on. So, you know, I might actually, I don't know a lot about coral, but I know that they are animals. They are living. They're not plants. They're like, I can't remember if they're their own category or if they're just like or animal colonies. Maybe paleontologist VA or somebody who knows a little more about the natural sciences could fill us in there. But I do know that I'm pretty sure they are colonies of animals and they are living. And the way that they grow is varied depending on the type of coral it is, right? But what I'm doing is I'm asking myself questions on, okay, how is this thing growing? How is it seated in the rock? Like, how is it structured? I'm not trying to copy it line for line. So the reason we're not, at least for the studies, not focused on I'm not trying to copy this exact line individually and draw every single little bump. I'm not worried about that, because that's only going to teach me how to draw from an image. So copying is only going to teach you how to copy. I guess that's maybe a simpler way to explain why we're not trying to copy. When I'm not trying to learn how to copy an image, I'm trying to learn how to innovate and make my own image, to make my own drawings and designs from my imagination. And the only way to do that is to ask yourself questions while you're drawing. You're trying to think, okay, what is the overall shape of this? Like, I'm noticing there's like a direction that it's kind of growing in. It's got this kind of a flow to it. I'm noticing that it's got this really heavy like center piece, kind of like I was saying an antler earlier. And then it's got these little branching areas that I can kind of narrow in on and start to build off of. So that's probably the easiest way to structure a coral. And if I draw it this way and ask myself questions and think about it this way, it's going to help me later when I go to make a painting. Draw, you know, draw some of my own like imaginative pieces of coral. Like, this is how innovation happens in art. If you're frustrated that you don't draw well from imagination, that you have to have an image to be able to draw, then what you're actually doing is you've trained yourself how to copy and not actually draw anything. And so it's, you know, just gotta, it's not that the skill set is bad. There's definitely a place for that skill set of learning how to draw something like line for line. Photorealism is really cool. There's a lot of cool artists here on Twitch that do it. But if you want to take that a different step and turn it into something that you can do from imagination without a photo, you have to change your thinking when you're looking at your references from I'm trying to copy it line for line to I'm trying to learn what puts this together. Like, what's the anatomy of this creature or this object or like what's going on underneath? Like, what can I learn that's going to help me understand how to piece this together? Like, what's the light doing? Why is the light doing that? How is it doing that? Where's the source? All that stuff. So all those questions are going to be something that helps you store visual memory, basically, in your creative bank account, right? It's going to help you pull that visual library reference out later when you're drawing and kind of use it in your illustration. So for example, if I study this coral and then later I'm making, like tomorrow, I'll be doing a sea slug dragon, right? Maybe I could do coral-shaped antlers or coral-shaped horns or growth things on the creature. Like, I can bring that in. And I can use that. You just have to wake me up. Why is the light doing? Yeah. Also that. Study the light, Chris, right? Ask yourself. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway. Sometimes when things are complex like this, I tend to want to go to a more painty study. So I might do a sketch study of this really quick and a paint study. But again, I'm just looking for, like, what are the big shapes I'm noticing? I'm not worried about placement as much. I mean, proportion is important, especially when you're doing like animals. But for this, I'm actually just going to focus on like the movement of it, like kind of the direction things are growing in, how the little prongs are branching out. What I'm noticing is we have these like main long prongs, like I was mentioning, and then these little tiny ones that kind of break off. That's even true of the larger shape, right? You have this long central one, and then these little tiny branches. It looks like a tree or something, or like something kind of spreading. Cotton motion, I suppose. Let's see. They have been around for a long time. This is true. My definition is copy is drawing exactly what the image looks like. Studying it. Yeah, exactly. It's learning to understand the form and the shading and value. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Okay. Alright, I might revisit this one with a paint study at some point, but I'm going to move on to another type of coral. So let's pull up another one. Yeah, Nixon, thanks for being here. Go enjoy your lunch. Hopefully we'll see you again sometime. Always good to see you in chat. I feel like I kind of like having my camera, so bright, camera here a little bit better, because I feel like I can look at chat and look at you guys really easily in the camera because it's all happening in the same place that I'm working. Let's do this coral? Is this coral or is this a tube worm? This might actually be a tube worm. Ooh, I like this one. This is a cool coral. Is this like, it's called like fire coral or something? Phylum Porphyra? That didn't do anything. Ooh, coral versus sponges. So here's an interesting image. I'm gonna save this one. Shoot, do I put this in? I'm gonna put this in invertebrates just because it links to an article. What's the difference between corals and sponges? Different types of marine organisms, anatomical differences of sponges. Sponges do not have nervous, digestive, or circulatory systems. Interesting. Yeah, so here we go. Here's a picture. So when we say coral reef, like we are studying the coral, but there's also so many organisms, like these tube worms and things, that grow on the coral, or sponges, or starfish. So it's like, I kind of want to study the structure of the coral, like what is a coral first, and then move into sponges and things. That actually did not show me a picture of the thing I needed. Ooh, a soft coral. This looks like weird broccoli. Do you guys want to draw some weird broccoli? Ooh, it actually kind of looks like romaine lettuce. Yeah, let's draw some romaine lettuce coral. I'm gonna pin this one to invertebrates so you guys can find it. Ooh, this one's neat. Lettuce coral. There's one that's actually called lettuce coral. Fascinating. All right, boop. Here's the one I want to draw. Look at it. Also love the color. And then here's a good one too. I feel like this is a coral that I see a lot. Boop, boop, boop. This is lettuce coral right here. Also just realized I have forgotten to post any of these in the Discord, but let me post those links really fast. Sorry guys, I am not together today. Where is... Oh, there's brain coral. That's exciting. Okay, I found, here we go, stream event chat. Sorry that I didn't post these. Coral refs. And, let me get back over. It's so bright. Why? I wish I could figure out how to do dark view of Pinterest on desktop, because I'm just too tired for how bright this is. Help. Dying from intense white light. What a time. Okay, there we go. Phew. Made it. It's like staring into the sun. Reef environments. There we go. Okay. Oh, squint. So much squinting. Okay. Get the add-on Dark Reader and it'll apply to all pages. Yeah, I think there's some browsers like have that built in. But yeah, I probably should. I just need to check and see if mine does. Let's see. I can't unhear Carl now every time I say coral. I'm so sorry that I ruined that word for you, Shiratoshi. Coral. Oh no, me either. No, Shiratoshi. Oh, is that a Nalmas with Hats reference? No, it's, well, for me, it's a Walking Dead reference. Isn't that what you're talking about, Shiratoshi? Oh, he's lurking. I'm pretty sure it's a Walking Dead thing. It's like just he was like yell crying the name Carl, and it came out like Coral. Oh jeez, it's very funny. I need cake, guys. Obviously, hold on. Wow, it's also extremely dark in here. Let me turn the window open. That's not how you say that, but you know what I mean. Turn the window open. Guys, that's a new one for me. I was gonna say turn the light on, and then I realized there's a window, and so halfway through that sentence I decided to say open the window. And what happens when you do that is you say things like turn the window open. So just so that we're all caught up. That's what's happening. Okay, let's study some shapes. So kind of like with something like this, I'm kind of gonna think of it the way I do animal anatomy, right? I'm just trying to look at for the big shapes first. I'm not worried about detail. I'm not worried about getting it exactly right. I'm just trying to look at like, what do I notice about how this creature is kind of sprawling and spreading? And then once I've got the basic shapes down, I can go back in and kind of look at more details and be like, okay, you know, it kind of looks like lettuce to me. This looks like a backyard romaine. Kind of stringy a little bit. I really want to do a paint study of these though. These look very, I don't know, paintable. I am noticing things like, so here at the base, it's kind of interesting. It's got like almost like little clusters growing along the stem, and then once it gets to the top, it sort of like branches out, and the clusters are on the ends of the coral itself. It's almost like a coral tree. It's really interesting. And don't worry if your drawings just look like scribbles. You know what? Just remember our mantra. My drawing looks like a scribble, but that's what I'm doing my job. I'm getting the bad drawings out, right? So that's what we're trying to do here. So don't worry about it. Just study and learn, and then work your way up to like something that looks better. Sorry, I need more cake. So hungry. Thank you for that save reminder, Maze. Apparently I did not save yet. Okay. We listened to this last night, I'm pretty sure. I'm getting deja vu. Sorry for anybody who's feeling like the music is a bit repetitive. Also, just FYI, we do have a new, if you haven't been here in a while, or if you're new here, we have started a 3-minute ad break once an hour setup, so we'll have a built-in stretch break during that time. It's a good time to get up, stretch, go do all the self-care things, go to the bathroom, all that good stuff. Monday night confessions. So yeah, just like looking at all these little, I guess like pearls or something that are clinging to this plant, or not plant, it looks like a plant, this creature. It's really interesting. And so as I'm doing this, I know it just looks like scribbles, but I'm kind of like studying and memorizing the way that this critter is growing and how these little bits are sort of attaching themselves. And that's going to be stuff I can log away, you know, stuff I can pull back in later. So again, just kind of try and push through the bad if you can. If you need to erase and start over, I get it. These are complex, unique, sort of alien-looking critters that we're not used to taking a close look at here on the surface. You know, most of us don't have the opportunity to go regularly scuba diving and see this stuff in person. So yeah, this might be kind of a new thing to you. I know it's relatively new for me, but I'm trying to think if I've ever really drawn coral. I think I've drawn a few things. It's just like set pieces for an illustration, but I haven't actually like done an intensive study of any kind. So I probably should have before I did that piece. Would have made it look better. Most likely. If nothing else, even if you're just spending time looking at these images, just becoming familiar with the colors and the shapes that you're seeing and spending time looking with intention, not just appreciating. That's actually, I mean, that is going to help your illustration down the road either way. Did you ever go scuba diving? I have not been scuba diving, no. I don't even think I've been I might have been snorkeling when I was 16. I'm trying to remember if we did that then. I went to Acapulco. My friend's mom had a timeshare there and invited us to go with her. But yeah, I think we may have done some snorkeling, but I can't remember specifics. I definitely remember riding horses on the beach. That was fun. And getting cornrows in my hair, and that was painful. We cried a lot because they pulled so hard. Did not care about sensitive scalps. I think I touched a jellyfish on that trip. But I don't, yeah, I don't remember. See, I'm doing the thing I always say not to do. I'm like getting too involved in the details before I get the shape down. I wanna focus on the shape first and then fill in the details. Casey casually earning 20 cool points. Wait, why? Because I touched a jellyfish? I feel like that's I definitely feel like that is not cool points. That is stupid points. I thought it was dead. I never see it. Look, I grew up in the middle of Texas, like 8 hours from the ocean. I didn't know they could still sting you when they were dead. I didn't know anything. I was 16. You have done some snorkeling? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I think it's kind of expensive to do the deep sea diving stuff. Have you been scuba diving, Chris? Isn't it? I don't know. I don't know too many people who. Oh my gosh, see you Art. Hello. Thank you so much for that raid. Welcome in, everyone. We are studying coral today and gonna do some environment studies here in a little bit. I was just warming up with some sketches. How was your stream? What did you get up to? I'd love to see if you felt like sharing. Of course, if you have to raid and run, don't worry about it. I understand. But I'd love to see what you're up to. For anyone coming in, my name is Casey. I am an illustrator, trying to be an illustrator. And I'm doing some study. We do warm-up studies, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, where we look at references of different kinds. We have different focuses, like we do creatures a lot, we do people, we do costume design. Today is more of an environment theme, so we are studying, we're studying a coral reef environment. Oh, thank you for snoozing that ad, whoever did that. I didn't even know that was happening. Aw, thank you so much. Catastrophe, I love your name, number one. Number two, I think you just got me to the Twitch is a liar threshold. You got me to 1350 on followers, which means, I think, on my Twitch page, it'll now say that I have 1400 followers. Let me check. I could be wrong. But I thought that was very funny when I noticed it the last time. What does it say? It does. It's lying to everyone. You have made me a liar. That is so funny. Anyway, thank you so much for that follow. I really appreciate that. How was your stream? I hope you guys had fun with See You. Let's see who's in here and who I can say hi to. Yeah, I'd like to too, Chris, right, someday. There's a lot of things I'd like to do. It's just all very expensive. It's Monday Moon. Welcome in. How are ya? Let's see. We also have... Oh, there's See You themselves. Yeah, share some stuff. Please do. Please do. No, thank you. Catastrophe. Thank you. Let's see. You have art to share. Let me make sure I'm not missing it somewhere. Yeah, thanks, Isol. Yeah, suddenly I have more followers than I really do. Music's so much louder in here than see a stream. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Is it too loud? I can turn it down. Some of the music is louder than others, and so it's hard for me to regulate. So I don't know unless you guys tell me, because I have it super quiet for me, so I can barely hear it. Please keep me posted if I need to adjust volume. If you guys want to see kind of some of like other stuff that I do, because I don't always do stuff like this. Hold on. Where's my raid folder? I thought I made one for this setup. I'm at my B studio today, guys. This is my backup studio. Normally I stream from my art studio. There it is. Oh, super quiet in general, I see. So this is kind of what I normally do. Let's just start with this. Yeah, so I do like digital illustration. I do stuff like this on stream, like painting. It's so bright. Why is everything so bright? Good grief. Yeah, so I do a lot of, I'm trying to get into children's books, so it's been loud the whole time. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, please let me know, guys. I literally have no idea unless someone tells me. But yeah, stuff like this. I'm trying to get it, like I said, trying to get into children's books. I'm working on my portfolio right now, so these are like portfolio pieces. I'm actually going to start hopefully submitting my portfolio this week. So that's a little nerve-wracking. We'll see. We'll see. But hopefully they like me. Well, I don't know. I get a lot of rejections, so my goal right now is to get 50 rejections. Because that will mean I was worth responding to, which sounds more negative, I guess, than it really is. This is a very common way of doing this with like art and writing submission to publishing houses and agents. So, but yeah, I also do sea slug dragons. So we look at, that's what that was. I do creature design just for fun. We're doing our sea slug dragon stream tomorrow, actually. And what we do is we look at a sea slug and we design a dragon based off of that sea slug. So if you want to come back tomorrow afternoon for that, I do warm-up streams Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, but in the afternoons we do this kind of thing. Sea slugs are your favorite animal? Nice, nice. Here's another sea slug dragon. Here's another one. Oh, we got an art. We got an art. Was that a vaquita? Yes, it was a vaquita. Good eye, Monday Moon. Nice job. That's impressive. Not a lot of people know about the vaquita. We'll talk about the vaquita in just a second. I actually reached out to the Vaquita Foundation and offered to do like a vaquita charity stream because they're hyper endangered and there's only like 10 of them left. And they need more funding to like protect them and get them, I don't know. There's all kinds of things that they need, but they keep getting caught in gill nets and they only live in like a really small part of the ocean. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting distracted. Let's check out this this link. Oh wait, that link didn't take me anywhere. Where did that link take me? What was that? Oh, here it is. Oh, cute. You did a very cute little birthday stream. Look at this cute art. You guys, did you click that link? Amaze! Amaze! Birthday! I'm so glad you got a birthday picture. Oh, it was Mace's birthday, everybody, recently. Wish him a happy birthday. Oh, these are so cute. Look at these cute little kitties. I love this pile. This pile of treats. It reminds me that I am eating cake for breakfast, friends. My neighbor made us a bundt cake, and I can't stop eating it. It's got chocolate in it. So bad. I think I've had it for breakfast and dinner for the past 2 days. This is so cute, and it made me hungry, so obviously it's successful. Oh, I love your style, CU. Thank you so much for rating. You guys go give CU a follow. Did we give a shout out? Cake is awesome, I agree. Thank you so much for being here. It's a mountain. Oh no. Easel, how dare you make such a good pun? You know there has to be cheese when you make a pun like this. I give cheese for puns, guys. I like wordplay. I'm a big old dork. Oh my goodness. You made lemon cupcakes? I have such a sweet tooth, it's a problem. Like, there literally can't be sugar in the house. I go through phases. Sometimes I'm better at resisting, but I'm not in one of those good phases right now. I'm in one of those, like, I'm tired and stressed and I really would like some sugar. Please, thanks. Yeah, last time you did share a dramatic art last time. Yeah, CU Art's really wonderful artist here on Twitch. Please go give them a follow. Just click the little heart or click the name and get over there. Yeah, I love it. So cute. So cute. Thank you so much for sharing, and thank you for choosing me as a raid target. Really, that means a lot. You know, I'm still learning a lot about Twitch, but one of the things I have definitely learned is like raiding is how you meet people, you know, and so I appreciate you bringing your community over here, and I'm looking forward to when I can return the favor sometime, because I love your work. I'm always looking for cool artists to raid into on Twitch. Oh, I guess I didn't finish showing you. There's another one. Anyway, that's what I do here, guys. So welcome on in, raiders. Maybe I should show you a different warm-up. Wait, what? I'm confused. I think did I miss-save this? Anyway, here's kind of, we normally do like animal studies. So we'll start with like anatomy and then talk about like drawing the creature. I'm actually going to do some of these color studies today. But anyway, that's what you're here for right now. If you'd like to hang out, I do a community draw along portion of this. So like if anybody wants to draw along with me, I was trying to see if there's yeah. So sometimes we did clothes the other day. I'm trying to get better at people because I don't draw a lot of people. So we do figure drawing and things sometimes. We did hands. Anyway, this is what we do in the morning. So, and there's my terrified self. I'm constantly terrified, working on that. But anyway, today's coral and coral reef environments. So that's what we're up to. The vaquita. Oh yeah, somebody wanted to talk about the vaquita. Well, I don't know. Let me know if you want to talk about the vaquita. I can also rabbit quite a bit. We have a command for that. So if that's too off topic, I should probably draw. Sea of Atlas. Hello, you snuck right in there. How are ya? I'm sorry that work's been crazy, but it's so good to see you. Thanks for coming on in. What are your two favorite animals? Okay, catastrophe? I would love to know. Is it sea slugs? I love sea slugs. You're in the right place. We actually have sea slug emotes. I forgot about these. We have sea slug emotes. Oh wait, there's an ad. Sorry. Sorry, ads. Didn't notice. Bad at Twitch. It didn't tell me there was an ad coming. That's my excuse. How am I supposed to know? We can only tell, yeah, exactly. Let me take this opportunity since there's an ad. This is actually where we like to do a stretch break. If you do sit through the ads, I appreciate it. It does help me. But we can also do our carpal tunnel stretches while we wait for those ads to go away. It usually takes me a couple minutes. I'm gonna catch up on the chat. Can I follow again? Aw, that's so nice, Catastrophe. See you, you're so kind. Let's see. Diorana albulinita? Wait, what? Monday Moon. Monday Moon. Hold on. Hold on. What is this? Do you know the things? Yeah. So I don't know if that one was, I don't know if it was that sea slug, but that is a really pretty one. We've done the Cirrus elegans. I think you have a cheeseberry name, so hopefully you can hear me chatting. You guys, of course, it led me to the Sea Slug Forum, the best website ever for sea slugs. But look at this, cool. This is the one you're talking about, right? Diorana albanita. So pretty. Look at that creature. Beautiful, beautiful animal. You guys have to go to the Sea Slug Forum. I know we're not talking sea slugs right now, but sounds so sad. I know. See you. Yeah, we'll see if they let me do that. Let's see. What kind is it? Wait, which one? Drew that one up last month. Oh, I think I'm bad. Hold on. I'm slowly catching back up to chat again. Yeah, exactly. We love a good pun. The kind that is like 10 left. Oh, it's a vaquita. It's a vaquita. Yeah, I'll type it for you. Vaquita. There you go. I'm probably way behind in chat. Somebody probably already did. Let's see. Hands are a true fear. Yeah. Oh yeah, Isel is great. See you, Art. Do you know Isel? Have you met before? You guys got to meet each other. You're both super sweet, and I think you would really enjoy. You want to hear about the vaquita? Okay, let's talk about the vaquita. Sorry that I'm behind on chat. It took me the entire ad break, and I'm still not caught up on chat. Help! Why is Twitch so hard? This is what you rated into, CU. I'm so sorry. Yeah, let's talk about the vaquita. Okay. If I missed anybody's chat, I apologize. So this right here is a vaquita. I'm actually really impressed that you caught that. It's kind of not super specific. Zello Gaming, hello, hello, welcome on in. And the foundation, yeah. What is your favorite animal and why is it sea slugs? You are a dragon and cheese tiny zodiac. Oh, that's awesome. I love that. Catching up and making sure I didn't miss any questions. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-doo-doo. Yeah, it's the vaquita. If you type in vaquita into Google, you'll find the vaquita. It's like the porpoise. Hold on. Who did I apply to? It's like Save the Vaquita. I'm getting flashbacks to when I was in high school because there was this cetacean that went extinct when I was in high school, and I didn't find out about it until like right after it went extinct. But it was called the baiji. It was like a Chinese river dolphin. They're extinct in the wild, I'm pretty sure. But it's porpoise.org. You can sign up to help if you'd like to. Porpoise.org/vaquita. Hold on. Why is it? Yeah. Save vaquita. I don't know why I'm getting this entire string. Here we go. Okay. Here's the link to where you can get involved if you'd like to. But basically they just live in a tiny section of the Gulf. Or it's on the other side of it. It's like between California and Mexico. It's the peninsula between, what peninsula is that? I'm not good at geography. You guys know what I'm talking about. Anyway, it's that little skinny peninsula off to the west. There's like a little tiny cove in between Mexico and that peninsula, and that is where the vaquita lives. And there's a whole lot of gillnet fishing that's going on there, and so it's like an illegal type of fishing. But you know, there's a lot of economic issues, and so people are just using what they have. It's a really complex, like most human-animal interactions, it's a very complex situation, right? So anyway, they keep getting caught in these nets and drowning because they need air to breathe, right? And so they have only counted, I think it's like 10 of them. And anyway, I wanted to showcase them in this piece. This was a piece that's about Sedna. Sedna, it's like it's an Inuit folklore like legend, basically. Did I post the link in chat? Hold on. I did. Okay, yeah. So it's an Inuit legend about these creatures, or about how like all the creatures of the sea were made, right? And so it's this I forget I don't think it's tribe specific. I think it's just like a general Inuit folklore. But basically it's this young Inuit girl, and I think we should be back from ads, so thank you for anyone who sat through those ads. I appreciate you. But she falls into the sea, essentially. She's got an injury, and from the blood of her injury is born all of the ocean life. And so I was drawing this initially just as like this I actually didn't know I was making this when I made it, if that sounds weird or not. I was just kind of making an image that I thought was fun, and then as I was drawing it, my friend told me about this story, and I had these like red ribbons around this like blue figure in the ocean with these giant creatures, and I was like, okay, I can totally make that work. And so I kind of pulled it all together, and I decided to throw in just like various, you know, cetaceans or whales and dolphins. That's the family name for them, is cetacea. You know, just like ones that I think are cool or unique. But this one, I wanted to throw in a vaquita because, one, they're super cute. Here, let's look at an actual vaquita. Here's why you should save the vaquita, if nothing else, which I hate to say it like that because also ugly animals need our help too. But you guys, look. Just hold on. Let me open this in its own tab so you can fully appreciate how cute this animal is. You guys, they call it the panda of the sea. And it's going extinct. You guys, it's so sad. Like, just looking at its cute little face makes me want to cry. I've always been a softie for animals, for sure. But, like, just thinking about, like, it not existing anymore, like, it's sad, you know? You guys. Anyway, if you want to help, sorry, I'm tired. Don't mind me. Just getting slightly emotional over this cute dolphin. I mean, porpoise. No, actually, I think it is a dolphin. I don't know. It's adorable and I love it. It might be a porpoise. I need to learn more about it, obviously, but it's so cute. And there's only 10 of them that they've counted the last couple of years. And they're super, 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 super endangered. And they need our help because we are the ones killing them. So anyway, if you want to go learn more about how you can help, how you can donate, how you can get involved, if you live in the area, I'm sure there's ways to get involved locally. I I know they do deserve so much better. I think there's like a vaquita day coming up in September, so I'm probably gonna. I applied. I like went to their site. I said, "Hey, I'll volunteer. I live remotely, but if you want, I can do like a stream." So we're gonna be drawing vaquitas on Vaquita Day. They haven't gotten back to me yet, but hopefully they. Even if they don't, I'll still do it. I've never done a charity stream before, but I think it would be really fun. I don't have a lot of money, but maybe there's somebody on Twitch who might want to care about this creature. So anyhow, that's the vaquita, guys. Thanks for letting me talk about the vaquita. Maybe we'll do a redeem for like a Casey's creature feature or something, and we can just like talk about random animals, because I do love that. I really wanted to be a zookeeper or like a marine biologist or a field biologist when I was a kid. So I definitely have a lot of that secret love in my heart. It's not so secret. It's pretty obvious, actually. You did hear about that, Kudo. Okay. It helps that Greer Stothers has a vaquita pin. Oh, I don't know who that is, but I'm glad they have a vaquita pin. What was the slug that I showed again? Oh, I think it was the one you mentioned. I lost it. Here it is. This one? You said this was your favorite, right? The Dirona albolinita? I don't know. I'm not good at pronouncing stuff. Also, I'm way behind on chat again. I apologize. It's a species of porpoise. Okay, yeah. I thought it was it's on porpoise.org, so I would presume that it might be a porpoise. Casey Poo, welcome on in. I think my favorite crab is a Halloween crab. Oh, that's cool. Okay, I'm behind on chat. Hold on. There has to be a better way to look at chat. Here we go. There's a bigger chat right here. I keep losing my tabs. You saw them on dives? Wait, you saw vaquitas on... Oh, no, you saw the slugs. Hold on. I'm behind again. Wait. Going down. Is this guard whale you talked about? No, that's the Risso's dolphin. We'll talk about that one if you want to. I don't have that picture on this computer, unfortunately, but it's a type of dolphin that as it lives, it gets scarred up, and the scars don't ever fade back to the natural color, so they just over its lifetime, the whole dolphin turns white. It's this one right here. Put it up in the corner because I think it's really neat. Which, thinking at how this is a creation story, it probably shouldn't have scars already, right? Like that's a flub on my part, but I just think it's cool. I don't really know how else to make them distinctive. Okay, scrolling down. Thank you, CU, and thank you again for the raid. Yeah. Have a good one. Go enjoy the rest of your day. Yeah, thanks for popping in. It was so good to see you. I'm looking forward to catching one of your streams again sometime. Yeah, do more research on the vaquita. It's so cute. Save him, right? Let's all do it. Can we all do it? Can we make like a Twitch-wide Save the Vaquita campaign? Twitch could save the vaquita, seriously. Like, they just need money. They already have a plan. They just don't have the money to implement the plan. Twitch can save the vaquita. Maybe we can make that a campaign. What do you guys think? Let me know. Let's put those gamer dollars to good use. I'm going to yell at my marine biologist friend for not telling me that this was a thing. Oh no, don't get anyone in trouble. Yeah, let them know. Maybe they know some people to partner with and spread the word. Like, they're super, they're like on the cusp of being gone. It's pretty sad. Okay. A scientific illustrator. Okay, are they here on Twitch? Wait, hold on. Wait, I need to know this. I have so many questions now, Monday Moon. But it is now, okay. It's a very common, it's in the shallows. Oh, Pacific Northwest, that's so cool. Let's make it a bigger Twitch event for the vaquita. Yeah. I want to thank you. Okay, well, there you go. Whoever said, was it Monday Moon? Yeah, good job recognizing the vaquita without its little eye patch there. I'm impressed. They're so small too. Wait, we didn't talk about how small they are. Hold on. You guys, you have to see how small they are. They are like, it's like the tiniest, I think it's like the tiniest cetacean. It's like the world's smallest cetacean. Poor boys. There's a picture of somebody holding one. Okay, here's somebody, they're trying to save it, but here, look at how little, and then we'll stop talking about the vaquita. Look at it! That's a full-grown animal. That is not a baby. It's a full-grown vaquita. They're so little, you guys. They're so little. Here's a really good one. Oh no. I just hate that they're going extinct. That's so sad. It's so sad. And it would just take some money to help implement the plan, to like put in barriers and like, you know, pay for better netting, basically, for poor fishermen who can't afford better netting that is legal, you know, to help support their families. Like I said, it's a really complex issue, but like there's ways to solve the problem. You know, you can like increase tourism and employ some people in like, you know, ecotourism to like motivate the community to protect the animal. There's so many things we can do, and we just we haven't done them. So anyway, they're so cute. Okay, let's draw now. Now that we've talked about, you want to smooch it? I know, right? Put him in your pocket. Seriously, everyone tell everybody about the vaquita. It's so, oh, so sad, so sad. Yeah, when I found out about the baiji, the Yangtze River dolphin, it was after reading who's that guy who did Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? Is it something Adams? Anyway, he wrote a book called Last Chance to See. Douglas Adams, yes. So I read Hitchhiker's Guide in high school. Thought it was funny. I think that movie came out around then. And so I looked into more of his work, and I found Last Chance to See. It was basically like a book he wrote about. He like went around the world and like went on a journey to find the world's most rare animals. Yeah, Douglas Adams. Yeah. If you haven't read Last Chance to See, I mean it's outdated at this point, but I remember he visited the Kia. So like that, it's like that alpine parrot, I think. So he went and found the Kia, went to go visit the only at the time living known baiji. So the Yangtze River dolphin is the other name for the baiji, but unfortunately they are now extinct. They were declared extinct, I want to say in like 2004 or 5. But relegated to the realm of the cryptozoologists who say that they cite them occasionally, but who knows. Anyway, so he did like a world tour and went around and visited all the, like tried to find like all these animals that's like, hey, this is your last chance to see them. They're gonna be gone from this planet. And it was super interesting and motivating and impactful. And it really got me thinking about like, I don't know. It wasn't like a groundbreaking, like well-written, well-researched book or anything. He was literally just talking about his experiences doing this, but even just like vicariously experiencing that through him got me interested in the baiji specifically, because at the time they had this, I think his name was Yikui, or no, what was his name? Yiku is the dinosaur. Yiki. No, what was his name? There was a baiji that had been in captivity for like a decade. And they were super hard to keep alive. They had tried to capture a few for mates for him, and they just died. And so, like, they did try to have a conservation program, but it was underfunded, and they really couldn't do much with him. And so he finally passed away. Like, Douglas Adams saw him, like, not long at all before he passed away. And that was it. That was the last, basically, like, the last, for sure, baiji that we had. And it was super sad to me. Like, I did a ton of research. I still remember the scientific name of this creature. It's the Lipotus vexillifer or something like that. A vexillifer, I think. And, yeah. I don't know. I just, like, learning about the vaquita kind of reminded me of that when I found out about them last year. I was like, oh my gosh, this is like the baiji all over again. This is a baiji, in case you were curious. Yeah. This is so sad to me still. Like I get like flashbacks to high school, like looking at this. But this is a baiji, and they're no longer with us, you know. And it's just like that was the first like large animal in my lifetime that had gone extinct. You know, recently we had the white rhino. I think it's the southern white rhino, right? That's no longer, like, it's gone. And it's just it's like sad that we're losing these massive animals in the modern world, that are super iconic. Anyway, that's my my eco rant for the day. Okay. Yeah, that would be fun. Maybe we can do like a charity stream on Vaquita Day or something. If you guys are interested, especially if it's not just me that's interested, it makes me more motivated to do it, because I don't want to be like preachy or annoying or anything like that. But if people, I don't know, I feel like if you talk about animals, people care about them. Most people like animals. I don't think it's like super hard for us to care about animals. I would hope, anyway. Okay, we'll talk about that another time. I'm gonna actually do a coral reef study like I said I was going to, so let's do that. You remember that one? Oh, do you really? We need Happy Feels to go with this. Everyone heard that frog sauna news? Wait, what? What's the frog sauna news? Cozy Theme Charity Day because Makita are cute. Yeah, I've never done one, so I would need to like look up how to do one successfully. Also, we have a stretch break. And yeah, that's true. I don't want to like bring people down talking about it either. I don't know. If, you know, we only get to live once, and if you can make a positive impact on the planet while you're here, I think it's really cool. And I don't have much of a platform, but I'm happy to use it. You know, for that. I think that's something hopefully everybody can get behind, you know? Yeah, links are okay for sure. You only YOLO once. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and we also have a Discord if anyone, I don't know if this was mentioned, but if anyone wants to join the Discord, you can also, if you want permanent, like, if you want to post links or anything in there too, that'd be welcome. I'm sure other people would be interested in whatever you have to share, but no pressure either. I can also repost them in the Discord. I know that like everybody has a Discord and it can get super overwhelming to be in like a million Discords. So no pressure. What is a Smithsonian? Frog saunas may be the key to saving amphibians. Oh, this is adorable. You guys have to look at this image. Click that link if you haven't, guys. Look at this picture. Adorable. Adorable. That is so cute. Wow, thank you for the feel-good animal news. I love it. Oh, these are pretty frogs, too. Hold on, you guys have to see this picture, too. This is a really good photo. So cute. Do you guys like it? I like it. It's so good. Okay, anyway. They're like, hey, we're just chilling. Don't mind us. Adorbs, thank you so much for sharing. I'll have to read that later. Okay, let's draw. Ooh. Frog condos. Love a frog condo. Frogdos, exactly. It is happy news. I keep getting so many spam calls today. Alright, let's do some painting. I haven't done any painting today. This is going to be a lot. So if you're working digitally, one thing that I can recommend if you're doing some painting, oops, come on, there we go. We can, hold on, I am so lost right now. I feel like my music is also really loud again, sorry guys. It's my motivational change the world song. All right, so what I like to do when I'm doing a paint study is find a nice textured brush. So if you are working digitally, this can be a little bit easier to do digitally than traditionally, but you can still find a nice brush and do this for sure. I am no expert in traditional. You'd have to ask somebody like Isel for tips. One of these days I would like to maybe try to do some traditional media streams. We talked about doing like a traditional sketch, like a sketchbook stream, like actually me drawing in a sketchbook. I'd have to do that from my studio because I have more cameras there, so you can actually see the sketchbook. But again, what we're not worried about, we're definitely not worried about like copying. What we're worried about is like form, structure, value. We're trying to learn to how to store, we're trying to store this information away in our brains and create muscle memory about how to make this on our own so that we can apply it to future illustrations, right? So that's, again, that's the point of a study. There's a time and a place for sure for the photo, for like if you're doing like the actual realism, if that's your style. But I'll stand by this though, like learning to study without copying will make you a better photorealist artist as well, because you'll actually learn how to quickly get forms and shapes in and actually be able to, you know, get to your end goal a little quicker. So anyway, I think it's helpful for everybody, for sure. Not just people who want to do like fantasy creatures and dorky things. Offer stands. Oh, thank you, Isel. I probably will take you up on this sometime if you really don't mind. I just kind of, it's hard. I don't know. I just kind of assume everybody's busy, and I always feel like I'm bothering people, so I never want to like be a bother. But I appreciate the offer, and I'll try to remember that you're offering and that I'm not imposing, even though I will feel like I'm imposing. Another thing you can do, something that I like to kind of challenge myself with, is to try to make your own colors instead of like color selecting. Now, if you're in a hurry, like color selection is totally fine. But it's always fun to, like this, like to see how close you got. Like I actually got pretty close to that one. And it's hard because I don't even know which pixel I selected there. So I think I got pretty darn close. But it's a good way to train your brain to kind of see how to see color. It's like, okay, I'm looking at this, it looks like a brown. Like I could just go with a black, but because I see some reds or some yellows in that, it makes like an orange. I'm gonna try and like make that color, like mix my own palette, as it were. Obviously, you can definitely do this in traditional media as well. It will take a little longer, but it's absolutely possible. Never imposing. Well, thank you, Isla, you're sweet. I appreciate you. And thanks for hanging out. I really appreciate your company. I know you're probably doing stuff. Thanks everybody, for anyone who's lurking or hanging out or listening to my rambles, or even if you just accidentally are in here because you, you know, you got rated in and you didn't even know. I can be imposing if I want to be. I don't want to be. And I don't know that I imposing has two meanings, and I don't like either of them. It's just not my vibe. You must lurk. Hey, Monday Moon, it was so nice to have you. Thank you for that lurk. Like I was just saying, if anyone is lurking, I do appreciate those lurks. Even if you can't participate or be active in chat or anything, those views really help. Like, that's how people find me, you know? Like, I don't know. I can't say thank you enough to everybody. Our Twitch is awesome. Thank you for being part of the awesome. Yeah. Go get set up. That's right. Yeah, you have your own streams to set up for. Thanks for being here, Isol. So nice chatting. Thank you for letting me tell you about the vaquita. Thank you all for letting me nerd out about animals. That's all I really want. I'm glad you had fun. I'm gonna eat cake really fast because I'm hungry, but I appreciate you. Sorry. I'll try to make sure you don't hear me eating because this is not puppy ice cubes. So. Alright. Man, I'm hungry. Okay. I also need to move my laundry. Cake, breakfast, best breakfast. I agree. I mean, what's the difference between a cake and a muffin? There's some icing on there. I mean, we call donuts breakfast. That's basically a dessert. Semantics. Potato, tomato. Letting you nerd out as if we had the desire. It's true. I mean, despite what you might try, or anyone might try, you probably wouldn't be able to stop me. You could leave though. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is, by letting me ramble, what I mean is, thank you for tolerating my nerding out and my rambling. Oh my gosh. So true, right? Donuts are dessert, and we're allowed to eat those for breakfast. Why not cake? Question from Hectics. Is it better to do studies or just make art that includes unfamiliar elements? What do you mean? Do you mean like, is it better to make art that includes those elements and then you use reference to draw those elements? I don't know if better is the right word. I think you will be more effective at the latter if you do the former first. So for example, if I was going to be making an underwater image, like say I get hired to make a book and it's all about coral reefs. I'm like, okay, I could either jump right into this and just use reference to make this. And some of that could be a time factor. Like if you don't always have time for studies, then yes, I think it's situational, right? Like if I was on like a 3-month time crunch and I had 3 months to get a 32-page illustration, like book illustration or whatever out, then yeah, I'd probably not do studies as often. I would probably just try to get those images made. Because that's a lot of work for me, especially as a part-time, I have a part-time job. I'm actually a little worried about that. If I do get an agent or a job or something this year, I'm like, oh shoot, can I do a part-time job and book illustration? But then if I have to leave my part-time job, how am I going to pay for health insurance? Like it's all very, I'm a little nervous about that, but we'll think about that later. My point is, I guess, to answer your question, some of it's situational. But if you're, okay, so for your situation, I want you to draw a dark fantasy Byzantine fort, and you're like, I've never done anything like that before. Yes, I think that's, so if I was your professor giving you that assignment, my hope, I think, for you would be that you would go and look at Byzantine architecture and learn about Byzantine culture and do some studies on those things, like find some artwork, some tapestries, some sculptures, like learn about the types of food, like do some research about what it would have been like. And then doing that and doing studies of those things, you could then bring all of that information up here and the information in your muscle memory of drawing like Byzantine architecture. to bring that into your illustration. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I would say studying would be an important part of that project. If you only had like a day to do it, maybe I would say, all right, get your look at a few pictures, get a foundation in, and then pull up references to draw from as you're working would be like the second best option. But I think if you do the studies first, you're gonna wind up with a much richer environment and a much richer, for lack of a better word, like tapestry. You know, your image is gonna feel more real and feel more full and informed than if you just like made random shapes and like made a bunch of boxes. Like, okay, this is a castle, and I'm gonna look at a picture of a Byzantine sculpture and stick it on this castle. You know, like I think studies are gonna help. And plus, frankly, it's just a foundational thing. Like if you've never drawn a castle before, just looking at how like masonry is put together for structures like that, for like cobblestone structures, like castle structures, it's just going to make the final piece better. You know, it's your technical skill is going to be so much better. Your understanding of it is going to be so much fuller. Like I can learn from just looking at these pictures and getting ideas, right? Like that is one way to study. But I think that's part of what you're doing while you're doing a study like this. Like not only am I looking at this coral and trying to be like, okay, how is this species of coral put together? Like, or this colony of animals, like how is it structured? How do they grow? But I'm also noticing as I'm drawing, like, where is it in the image? What is happening nearby? Like what, you know, look how shallow it is right here. Like maybe this is a shallow water only creature. Like maybe I need to keep that in mind. I feel like the more information you can gather, the better your image is going to be, whether it's visual information or actual like learning. You know, you could like listen to a podcast about Byzantine architecture while you do that project and probably learn some things that you could include. There's all kinds of ways to make a well-informed and interesting looking piece. So I hope that answers your question. I'm not sure if it's quite what you're asking, but if you're saying like which one is better to do, I guess define better. I think it depends on what you need in the situation, but I think it's personally, I would say it's always preferable to do some studies first to familiarize your muscle memory with how to draw these things, to get your brain thinking about these types of things, and then you can jump into that piece and just be at a higher level already, if that makes sense, I guess. At least that's how I would think of it. And also, welcome in. I see that was your first time popping in chat. Thanks for such a great question. Your first time here. Happy to have you. I think I'm just anxious about approaching big ideas like this. I think about other examples of art in this field, and I just get cold feet. Yeah, oh, we talk about that a lot here at Hectics. You're in good company. So I actually avoided Twitch for years for this exact reason. And I've actually been kind of a lurker on social media for a long time because of that intimidation factor. It's like, here's all these other great artists, and it's so easy to let that be like this weight on top of you that just like makes you feel like you can never succeed, right? Like you're not good enough. And you're afraid, like you don't want to put your work out there because it doesn't compare, right? And I still struggle, I struggle with this a lot. I have a couple of art friends actually that I'm like terrified to show them my work because I respect what they do so much, and I have a personal relationship with them that goes beyond just art. And so I get very nervous. I care deeply about what they think, and I don't want them to feel like they have to say something nice or that they even have to like it, or I just don't want them to be ashamed of me in a way. And it's held me back a lot of my art career, and I'm trying to work through that this year. So you're in a good spot if you want to talk about stuff like that. You're in good company. There's a lot of us here. We talk about this probably almost every warm-up stream. Happy to see pros do the work. I don't know if you're talking about me, but I am definitely not a pro. I also want to put that caveat out there. I'm just kind of here on Twitch streaming what my process is and talking about it with people. I am trying to get into the industry still, so I feel like until I'm actually in the industry and like have an agent or like have published a book, I feel really weird. I don't want anyone to take what I say as like gospel or something. Like I don't have industry, like true industry experience, if you know what I mean. But I'd love to have these conversations, and I encourage that. And there are a lot of awesome artists in my chat. I would love to, if anyone else has thoughts on this topic, please don't feel like I am the only one that can converse here. If you have thoughts, please share. Lots of artists here that I'm sure have some thoughts about it. Are you an art student? Is that kind of what you're trying to do, or? Is this just something that you want to do and you don't know how to take that first step of like getting over that hump? Yeah, Chris White says he fully understands this anxiety. Sometimes community helps, and Twitch has been really kind and supportive. And well, yeah, I agree. I think that's been what I've really been surprised about with Twitch too. I spent years being afraid of the platform and being afraid to interact with people and feeling like I wasn't good enough to like have my work seen or like to have people hang out with me or whatever, and just like got super easily intimidated and just kind of eventually just like hermited away, you know? But one of my goals for this year was to kind of stop that habit, because it's held me back for a long time. And so I think Chris Wright is correct. I think that's part of why I like these community warm-up streams, which, by the way, if anyone doesn't know, there's a community component to this, so it's like a draw-along, I guess. And you can post your warm-ups, any kind of warm-ups. It doesn't have to be choral, but you can post them in the Discord, and I will show them at the end of stream. We can kind of encourage each other. I've been kind of jokingly / not jokingly calling this the art gym, because it's kind of like we're like art workout buddies, you know? It's like we all know, like most artists, if you talk to them, know they should be doing more studies. Like you talk to an artist like, oh yeah, studies are great, like I really should be doing more of them, is almost always the next phrase that follows. It's like, oh yeah, I need to do that, you know, when you talk about doing studies. And so this is kind of like your opportunity to do so. You know, if you're like me and you're one of those people who has always had like studies at the top of your list, you know, of things to do for the day, and by the end of the day, it's still on the list. Like that was me for like 5 years, basically. There was like maybe a handful of times that I actually pushed through and did the studies. But something about like doing it in community, I think it really is just like an accountability thing. It's like, hey, I'm doing it. If you want to do it, I'll share what you're doing, and we can all just like talk about our process. But yeah, we do a variety of studies. I mean, today we're doing environments. I don't know how long you've been in here. We're doing coral reef environments. I did a few coral studies, just kind of looking at the structure of different types of coral. Doing a few color studies here, and hopefully I could eventually turn this into, you know, a piece, or pull any of this information into a piece. But we also do like animal and anatomy studies too. I just had the May. Here's the ones from May. We did a pretty big variety in May. But yeah, we do a lot of like creature studies. I pull usually from photographs, but I always encourage people, if you are able to pull from things around you, like set up a still life. We've had people do that before for the share part, and that's really fun. You know, we do people anatomy studies, all kinds of things, really. So yeah, if you're looking to diversify and you'd like to do some of these studies with us, no pressure, of course, but you're more than welcome to join in. I don't know why that looks like that. Anyway. And then if you post, anyone who wants to post, if you post in the warm-up art section of the Discord, that is where I will pull from primarily to show on screen. But if you also, if you don't want to join a Discord, which I totally get, you can just post a link in chat to your piece as well. But yeah, no pressure either if you just want to hang out and kind of absorb info, absorb the conversation. I try to read what people say in chat as long as it's work appropriate, or on topic. Sometimes I'll miss things too, but yeah. Getting the shapes right of coral is a challenge. Yeah, I've never really drawn coral before. You know, Blue Skittle, by the way, if you guys aren't following Blue Skittle, click his name and go give him a follow. He does a lot of really cool, speaking of environment pieces. Skittle, if you have tips, I don't want to force you to communicate them, but if you feel like sharing any tips, I'm sure many people would be interested, and not the least of which myself, because I just don't have, I don't have the experience drawing environments like you do. I really like this shape. I don't really want to draw this one up front, so I think I'm going to switch the one that I'm going to put this one right here next to this guy, because I like this shape better. But yeah, we talk about like shape and anatomy and kind of how to capture forms. I also like this one in the background. This is really nice. Yeah, one of my goals for this year is to actually improve my environments. I showed some of these earlier on stream, but like this is an older piece right here, and even this one is pretty simple too. I have this history of like doing pretty simple backgrounds. Like I don't really do like, this is probably one of the more involved environments I ever did.
like recently. But most of my backgrounds are pretty simple. It's usually like clouds, maybe a little bit of landscape, but not a lot. This year, I really want to push myself to do more like intricate, like environments that you like feel like they're a part of the story, right? Like feel like they're important. So I'm trying to, with my more recent pieces, kind of really set characters in spaces. But in order to do that, I've got to study environments and interiors and exteriors and learn how to do all this stuff. So that's part of what we do sometimes on these studies is we will, like today is an environment study. What did we do yesterday? Sure did something. Guys, I'm so tired, I can't even remember. We did bison. We did bison yesterday. We're going to be doing motorcycles at some point this month. So I need to get better at vehicles too. Like I just have so many areas that I need to improve on. And the only way to do that is to spend time studying this stuff. So anyone's interested in joining me in that, that's what you can find here. And for anyone who is wanting to participate in the sharing portion, like if you had a study you wanted to share, I'm probably going to be looking at those in the next 15 minutes or so. So feel free to start dropping those if you'd like to. Let's see, I think I missed a chat. Hold on. I should either diversify my studies or just finish pieces. I have way more study focused on anatomy and figure drawing and gesture than I do on values or narrating. Yeah, it's easy to get stuck in like a mode. I mean, that, for sure I can relate to that. I spent years just like focusing on animals because that's what I had interest in, but that's also what I had the most experience drawing. And so if you feel like that, that's part of what has made me be like, I really need to do these studies. I'm not just going to learn this stuff by osmosis, like I have to study it if I want to get better. So you think you have an anxiety about finishing art unless you're doing it for fun. I can totally relate to that because the stakes feel higher, right? Like if you, excuse me, there was a period of my life in college where I was making like pretty like involved fan art, like pretty heavily rendered, and it felt like there was no stakes, so I could just experiment and play and have fun, right? And there's a lot of reasons fan art is really popular, and one of them I think is like you're just doing it for yourself, and so you can, if if it sucks, it's fine. You're not turning it into a client, but you can learn a lot, kind of exploring freely like that, and not really having any limits, and just getting to do whatever you want. But then when it comes to finishing like portfolio pieces, like for some reason, even though it's the same skill set, like you're just not doing fan art, you're just making a piece, it can feel like a lot higher stakes, especially if you're used to doing like only art for yourself, right? Like the stakes feel higher, and so it stresses you out and you kind of avoid it. If that sounds familiar, I absolutely relate to that for sure. I don't know that I have an answer to it, but I absolutely relate. OBS is doing a weird thing and I can't scroll. There we go. If you're stuck on environments, do what all great artists do. Cheat. Hey, I mean, all art is imitation, right? Nothing is created in a vacuum. We're all influenced by the things that we see, which is why studies are important, right? Like, to bring it back to that once more, it's just like, hey, if you want to get better, do some studies. You don't even have to show anybody the studies. Like, if the idea of showing a study at the end of my stream is stressful, don't do it. Just do it for yourself, Just practice until you feel ready to apply that practice if that's what you need to do. There's no pressure. Everyone is different, I do really like the texture. So one thing I'm trying to learn how to do is to like find things that I appreciate, that I think are interesting about stuff like this that I don't normally draw. So like right away, what's jumping out to me with this coral is just like that texture is so cool. It's really interesting, and I'm trying to figure out a way to emulate that with a brush. And this is a texture that I could learn how to make, right? And then bring into a painting. And so what I'm doing while I'm drawing this is I'm actually looking at this one as much as I'm looking at this one, because this is really far away, right? Like it's easy to just like copy. Like if you're in a mindset of just copying a reference, you might not ask too many questions about what you're actually drawing. You might be focused more on like color and value, and that is good. It's not bad to focus on those things. But if I can look at this up close one and be like, oh, what these textures are is actually these little tiny organisms that are kind of like these small rods poking out of this rock structure. That's actually going to help inform how I do this. So I might actually start making some of them kind of poke out a little bit and look more like rods. And now, as you can see, and I've never done this before. I'm just explaining this to you as I'm thinking of it, but already I'm happier with this because now that texture looks right in a way that I couldn't quite pull out of this low resolution image. So yeah, ask yourself questions. That's the whole point of a study. And that's why you do it. It's because you want to be able to actually, because now that I've figured this out, I'm like, okay, if I'm making this kind of a texture, think of it like a rod, and then draw like the darkness in between those rod spaces, and suddenly you're gonna have something that looks like this like fluffy coral. I can take that information that I just learned and apply it to an illustration sometime. So that's the whole point of these studies, right? We're trying to learn, we're trying to ask questions, and then we're trying to like file it away into our memory bank so that we can pull it out. Some people call it the creative bank account, the visual library, whatever term you want to use. But we can pull that out later and apply it to an illustration. This is how you become a better like environment artist, creature designer, character designer. Like you could apply this texture to a lot of different things. So try not to think of it as I'm just learning how to draw coral if that doesn't excite you. Think of it like I'm going to learn how to draw something I've never drawn before and something that I could bring into a design that sets my piece apart from somebody else's and might get me the job. You know, that's a way to think about it too. The mind place. Yes, the mind place indeed. That's why fan art has become more accepted in portfolio submissions. Yeah, for sure, because there's a lot of really good stuff being made in the name of fan art because there's just not limitations. When I was in school, it was not like that. Fan art was still sort of on the cusp of being acceptable as an art, as something that you would show in a like professional setting. And so I actually made like a whole separate DeviantArt account for my fan art to keep it separate from my professional work on DeviantArt, which is so silly now in hindsight, but at the time the stakes felt very high. If you want to see an example of environmental cheating, I posted an old environment I did in the art share. Oh, cool! I'll check it out. Oh, photo bashing. Yeah, I've never done photo bashing. I do know a lot of digital artists and concept artists that do photo bashing, but that's not a practice I've ever engaged in. No! I'm sorry. I dropped my cake. Cake break. Yeah, if you're doing like visual development stuff, photo bashing is pretty helpful. For those who aren't familiar with what photo bashing is, it's sort of it's a lot of stamping, and you're kind of creating environments quickly. Yeah, you take parts of something and you work from it. Yeah. It's actually a term, I use the term photo bashing to explain to people what AI kind of does, like AI image creation. And it's like a plagiarized photo bashing. Let's see. I think I also need to learn to trust myself more as an artist, yeah. That's hard. I can't tell you how many teachers probably pulled their hair out because they could never understand the idea of draw or paint what you see. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I don't think it's that you don't, I don't know, I guess I can't speak for you. For me, it wasn't so much like trusting myself as it was being afraid to fail. The fear of failure, especially public failure, is like really strong with everybody. I've struggled with it my whole life. I don't think I'm unique in that in any way, but I just know for me it has been like a constant theme in my life is fear of failure. But that ultimately keeps you from ever doing anything. So that's part of why my mantra is actually just acknowledging that the drawings will be bad. You know, like we're here to get the bad drawings out. Like we're not expecting anything to look good here. This needs to be messy and rough and uneducated. And eventually, the idea is if you make enough bad drawings, they say it takes 1,000 bad drawings to make one good drawing. So it's like, all right, here's my first one out of 1,000. Let's go. And we're just kind of working our way toward that. Hey, Siren, how are you doing? Coral, yeah. Oh, that's okay. Well, like I always say, if you want to be in the showcase but you're afraid you're gonna forget, you can just drop an image that you're proud of right now and go put it in there. And then if you end up coming back later in the month and you've got a piece that you're more proud of, just delete that first post and put up a new one. You know, it's one post per person, but you can always change your entry. You know, there's no problem with that. And if you forget or something, one of me, myself, or a mod can message you and remind you. But It shouldn't be. I don't think there's so many people entering yet that it should be very hard to see if you've submitted twice. So if you want to do that, feel free. No pressure though. I know I had a few people say, "Oh shoot, I wanted to do this, but I forgot." Just yeah, submit whatever that piece was, and whatever the piece you wanted to submit was, and then if you end up making something that you like more, switch it out. For anyone who doesn't know, we do a monthly showcase. We just did our second one. I keep saying it like it's like this long-standing tradition, but it's something we just started this summer. And it's been fun. It's been fun to see and like show off all the stuff people are working on. So if you want to be a part of that, go drop one piece of art in the art showcase section of the Discord. You can do one per month. And you can read the pin at the top of the channel to kind of understand what that's about. Some kind of beautiful. I really like this texture a lot. I think I missed some chat. Hold on. Blue Skill says they rarely feel like they're qualified to give tips because you never feel like you know what you're doing well enough to explain it properly. I feel like you're probably better at it than you think you are, Blue. Alone again. Some kind of beautiful. Some kind of beautiful. So what I'm doing right here is kind of looking for values first. I'm going to try a different technique to do this one. See if I like it any better. But I'm finding the areas like the big groups of color and kind of buffing those in, but I'm ignoring the extremes for right now. But once I get these like base values in, I'm going to try and lay in those bright points. And I'm hoping that it's like a faster way to kind of get that same texture. So we'll see how it goes. But that's what this is for. It's for experimentation, right? I'm also like pulling in like this red, and I'm using that to make the bullet or the little points for this underpainting part. So it's kind of making a fun little, and I'm trying to make them cascade out like I'm seeing them doing in the image. I'm not sure how effective I am, but it's fun to experiment and trying to learn. And yeah. Just remember, you gotta push through the ugly part of it, right? Sometimes it's gonna look really ugly for a while until it suddenly looks like something. So if you can, try not to get too discouraged. I know that's easier said than done for sure. Pogger, hello, how are you? Good to see you back. Welcome on in. How goes the day? Stays with me, so I stay the night. Just a young heart. Inside is wide. Both inside is wide. Yeah, I really like that texture. That was fun. Okay, so I learned from that one. This one I don't think I was very successful. I got a little a little overwhelmed with all these lines. So I need to come up with a way that I can imply this amount of activity without having to draw it all individually. So that might be a challenge. I think the secret might be to kind of keep everything in the background a bit blurred and maybe just crisp up the stuff in the front. That's a little art cheat you can do as well. We'll see. I'm gonna get a few of these sticks drawn in here. You're too old to be so shy. Just a young heart confusing my mind. Be alone. Every mark I make on a page is an art cheat. Please help me. No, art cheat just means you're working smarter, not harder. I think you're doing great. I don't even know what you're doing, but I think it's probably great. Knowing your work, I think it's probably great. Oh, I'm glad you like it. Thank you. I don't know how I feel about. I like these little pink puffy things. Those are looking good. But I don't know how to make this not look like a bunch of wheat without getting super detailed. Maybe I'll just do a few outlines. That could be a way. Sometimes a nice outline can just be a way to kind of crisp something up. And like I said, I just want it to be crispy at the front. You'd cheat more if you could. Yeah, if I had, I mean, honestly, like you say, I don't think art cheats are bad. It just means it's like a skill. It's you're learning shorthand. Should we even call it a cheat? I mean, I think like, what is a cheat really in art? I think that you're only cheating if you're stealing. Otherwise, I think it's just a technique. Maybe I shouldn't have said cheat. Yeah, as long as you're not using AI, I think you're okay, Chris, right? I think you're okay. I'm gonna have a few, I see like little tiny textured bumps on some of these, so I'm just gonna add some of that to just some of these foreground ones. Never, right? No, I know, I'm being facetious. I know you wouldn't. Yeah, and if anyone is new to art and you don't understand why that's a problem, well, let me know if you want me to rant at you for 10 minutes, and I'll explain to you why it's a problem. I need to work on that. I was talking to someone the other day and I found myself accidentally slipping into AI art rant, and I was like, okay, calm down, Casey. They're not in the art world. They're not that invested. Like, don't want to scare them off the topic. That you need them to like, because you don't want to be too ranty if you really care about something, because then it actually turns people off, right? They don't want to care about it because you've exhausted them. So it's like a fine line to walk. Yeah, I think the outline is really the only way for me that I know right now of to kind of pull this together a bit. Let's see. Oh my gosh, it's already 12:05. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this up. I was gonna do like an actual scene, but we talked a lot today, and I didn't really have time to do like an environment study. These really were more just like choral studies, I guess. But that's okay. I still feel like I learned stuff, so I'm gonna call it successful. However, I can't stay on stream all day as much as I would like to. It would be super fun. Maybe one day, if I don't need to like, have a day job and do other things with my life, but for now, I think I'm gonna, hold on, I'm gonna try one more thing. I'm basically just like taking a slightly darker color, like from a color I've already used, and sort of using it to gently outline. And so essentially the outlines are still darker, but they're sort of fading into the distance with the rest of the coral. I've heard you said something. I don't know if you're still in here. Shoot, how do I say your name again? Omhectix? I'm not sure if you're still in here. You said something that I've been thinking about while I've been drawing. You said, you can't tell you how many teachers probably pulled their hair out because I could never understand the idea of draw or paint what you see. If you're still in here, I'd actually like to share my thoughts on that. Because we talk about that a lot. I actually say that sometimes, is draw what you see, not what you think you see. Which sounds confusing, I guess, if you don't contextualize it. I like to explain it with the word schema. There's actually a rabbit photo that explained this super well. I actually kind of want to keep it saved now because it really helps explain like what I'm talking about. I can't speak for your other teachers, but what I'm talking about when I say that. So there's this thing, there's like this default way of drawing. Like if I were to tell you to draw a dog, however you drew the dog without looking at something, that would be your schema for how you draw a dog. It's like what your visual library is telling you, it's what your muscle memory is telling you. It's kind of a shorthand for what a dog is. It's almost more symbol than drawing, right? But if you were to actually, I actually used to be an art teacher, elementary school art teacher, so not like a big important art teacher or anything, but I would have the kids do this. It was actually one of the lessons I taught them about this concept. Schema counter, yeah. And schema is like a fancy word for it, but a good way to explain it for me anyway to these kids was like, okay, everybody, like it was usually in the fall, it was like a few months after school started or whatever. And I would say, okay, everybody, we're going to draw a pumpkin. Everybody draw a pumpkin. So I sat them down. I had them draw a pumpkin, just like on their paper, right? I gave everybody 2 pieces of paper. So the first paper I said, draw a pumpkin. So everybody basically did some variation on this, right? Like this is pretty much what every kid in the room did. Like, there's my pumpkin. So this is just drawing what you think you see, right? Or this is drawing what's in your head. This is like your basic pattern for drawing a pumpkin, or it's what most of them did. I mean, a few of them did things like this. You have some kids that did like the basketball pumpkin or whatever, but it was basically some variation on those things. So when I had them do that, I was like, great, cool, set that to the side, and then I put an actual. Oh shoot, there's an ad break. Dang it. Twitch, why didn't you tell me there was going to be an ad? I'm so angry. Okay, I have to pause now. You'll have to wait to hear the rest of the story until the ad is over. Oops, ads. Sorry. Didn't get a warning on that. 3 minutes stretch break. Your shrink uses the word schema sometimes that it took me a minute to grasp the meaning. But it's really a great example. Yeah. I'll wait till after the ad to respond because I don't know if you can hear me, Chris, because of the ads. Boy, I really do feel like I'm at the gym. I'm like, okay, let's pause and take a 3-minute stretch break. And I'm eating cake instead. Yeah, Twitch did. Holy cow. I'm like, okay, everybody stretch. I'll just sit here and eat cake. Don't worry. Oh my gosh. I am gonna stretch. Cake is the best gym food. Yeah, you can't go to the art gym without cake, guys. Yeah, see you around, Kudo. Thanks for being here. Sorry that I had to pause in the middle of my example. I still do this, though, with people who tell me they can't draw. The story that I'm telling you guys, I call it my 5-minute drawing lesson. Because it doesn't take very long, and everybody gets it. Kids as young as 5 years old understood, up to, like, I've had, very, very, very old coworkers and stuff at my day job I've done this with. It works with everybody. There's egg in a cake. That's part of a complete breakfast. Yeah. Well, it's like how we were saying earlier. I mean, people accept donuts as a breakfast food. Why not cake? It's basically a muffin with icing. I may as well be eating a muffin. Maybe I scraped off the donut icing and put it on the muffin. I'm also just really hungry. It's not a healthy breakfast. I do need to work on my nutritional habits are not great right now. It doesn't help that my neighbors keep giving me a delicious food that's bad for me. Okay, we stretched. I stretched. I'm feeling very stretched. Alright, you guys let me know when the ads are over. It says 10 seconds left on my screen. We are. This is the only ad you'll see for an hour, though, and I won't be on for another hour, so this should be the last ad break. As always, thank you for anybody who sat through the ad break. I do appreciate it. It does help the channel. Okay, I think we're back from the ads. Let me know. So for anybody, here's where we left off in the story. Pumpkin, right? Everybody drew basically something like this. So like, this is what a pumpkin is. So this is what we would call a schema or a symbol of a pumpkin. It's not really what a pumpkin looks like, but you can kind of communicate the idea of pumpkin to other humans by saying, hey, this is, you know, this is a symbol, right? So you can call it a drawing or you can think of it as a symbol. Now, either way, so that's your schema. It's your default way of drawing something. So we're going to set that to the side, and then I would sit the kids in front of an actual pumpkin. Like I put a pumpkin in the middle of the room and like kind of put a light over it and turn the lights off in the classroom and said, okay, now draw the pumpkin. But this time you have to look at the pumpkin more than you look at your paper. And that's all the instruction I gave. And so these are, you know, kids ages like 5 through 12, basically. And inevitably, they would end up coming up with like awesome, you know, like super well rendered, like good shading. Like, I mean, this was suddenly their pumpkin, right? So it was like, oh man. And then I was like, oh, what do you, and like, as I was walking the room, I'd be like, what do you notice? Do you notice any like scars on the pumpkin? Do you notice any like, do you see any kind of like shading? Like, how does the stem look? Is it what's the shape on top? What's the shape on the side? Where do you see dark and light? And so like every kid's drawing was like amazing, right? It's like they all looked something like this, right? They would have like little freckles and little like, maybe there was like a scar on the bottom, like suddenly you had like shadow and all kinds of things going on, right? And so all these kids are like, oh my gosh, wow, I didn't know I could draw this well, is like almost always the feedback I would get from the kids as they're drawing. And all you're doing is training your observation eye. This right here is why I say anybody can learn to draw. Anybody can do it. It's just a matter of sitting down and putting in the time, learning how to observe and what to observe. And so when I say draw what you see, what I mean is actually look. And that's why part of the challenge is to look at the thing that you're drawing more than the drawing itself. Because doing that practice, even if you're not good at observing, it's going to start to force your brain to learn to observe, right? By saying, I have to look at this image more than I look at where I'm painting. Because it's so easy, especially in situations like digital, where you can find yourself just like carefully just painting in these dots and not actually looking at where the dots are in the image. You know, it's a really easy thing to do. Hopefully that makes sense. But I've done this with like, you know, adults. I've said, hey, draw a cup, you know, draw a glass or something. And they draw it on a sticky note. And then I put another sticky note in front of them and I put an actual glass in front of them. And I'm like, hey, okay, now draw the glass, but you have to look at the glass more than your paper. And it's kind of, I don't know, it's just really funny to watch the realization that people have is like, oh, it's like art's a skill. Like it's a skill that you have to spend time working on. Anyway, so there's my little mini 5-minute art lesson for you guys. Enjoy. So schema is, Chris Wright, it is like more of a psychology term, but when I was first introduced to the term schema, we were talking about it from like a child artistic development standpoint. So it's like, there's certain schema that you can see to kind of benchmark where a kid is in their artistic development. So like all kids, by the time around like up until they're about 2, they just scribble, and then around the age of 2, they start to draw, basically like this is a human. Like it's like they draw a shape with hands. Like they're just their brain is starting to piece out like groupings and observing different parts of a human. Like here's the hair, and sometimes the hair will go all the way around because that's the head. Right? Like they're not really thinking about anatomy yet. And they'll have like some kind of a smile or whatever. And then it slowly like morphs into like these different stages. So you can actually, like I said, you can benchmark these. And so when I was introduced to the word schema, it was in this art context of basically what a kid is drawing when they do this. They're not actually observing, they're drawing a symbol. You know, they're drawing a symbol for a human, you know, like sometimes they'll give them a lot of legs. Or they'll give them a lot of hair that looks like legs. You know, like this is, and like sometimes this will be the feet and this will be the hands or whatever. Anyway, but this is an artistic schema because, again, you're not actually, it's not reality. You know, like what a psychological schema is it's like a set standard way of dealing with something, and it's not actually reassessing or observing or taking in new information. And so it's kind of the same thing but with art. And, you know, slowly over time kids progress, and that's why you see there's like a stage all kids go through, which I've seen so many little kid drawings, and it's true. Like eventually they'll have like the different shapes. They'll be like, oh, there's a head and a body, and like, you know, sometimes they look different, but they always color the sky at the top of the page. If you ever notice kids, I think it's like under the age of like 7, typically they only color blue at the very top of the page. Like they'll be like, yeah, the sky is up above the people. Like they're very spatial like that. Like they're not thinking about it as a 2D image. They're trying to take something 3D and explain it in a symbol of like, hey, like they're not thinking about how, oh, if I look, I can see that color blue. Like the number of times I explained this to kids is like, look at this picture. Look how far down the page the blue goes. If you want to make your person look like they're in, you know, reality, you got to make the sky touch the ground. But they're not thinking about it that way. So anyway, child development, like art development stuff is really interesting to me. And so that whole thing about schema really stuck with me. And I don't know, it just helps me explain, I guess, some of these concepts. Sun must peek in the corner. Yeah, exactly. And some of it is like at some stage, I think it's between like 7 and 9, like 7 and older, really. Kids start looking around and noticing art and start noticing how other people's like symbols get done. So most likely what they are seeing is they saw like a teacher or somebody draw a sun like this with the rays, and they're like, oh, that's how you draw a sun. So like suddenly that's how all the kids in the class are drawing a sun. And we still do this as people, right? Like we see art that we find really impactful, and it's really easy to kind of imitate that and like put it into our own work. And so part of the challenge of being an artist, right, is taking the schema of like what a sun can be and like changing and like figuring out a way to make it your own, like, you know, instead like maybe doing like this or something. This is obviously like a super simplified way to explain this, but anyway, I think that stuff's interesting, but I've rambled about the schema long enough. And I think I've made you guys watch me draw coral long enough too. So let's go ahead and look at what you guys have been doing. I'm sorry I didn't actually get to like a true environment study today, but I still enjoyed the conversation. Thank you guys for letting me ramble. I'm glad it was interesting, Charzia. I think it's interesting too, but I sometimes worry that it's not interesting to everyone else. Tonight I'm going to dream about the schema. I'm going to dream about the schema. Oh no, Mayor of Canada, welcome on in also. How are you doing? I hope it made sense, Charzia. That's kind of the brief summary of what I remember from that class. Dehydrated, yes, I did hydrate. And I hope you hydrate too. Is everyone hydrating? You're at the gym. You gotta bring a water bottle, guys. Come on. I can definitely hear my voice is kind of giving out, so I probably need to rest it. Let's see what you guys did. Let's look at some warm-up art. Ooh, look at all this cool study stuff. Okay, let me scoot this over. One more time, if you are new and you don't know how it works with the show and tell, I guess, part of the stream, if you would like to participate, you can always type !Discord, drop your link in, or drop your image in there. You can also drop a link in chat. Just, you know, make sure that you like highlight it or something, or make sure I'm looking at chat so I don't miss it, because that happens sometimes. But the way it works is basically you're always welcome during any warm-up stream to do any kind of warm-up study that you would like to. Just because I chose to do coral does not mean you have to do coral. If that interests you or that's something that you would like to learn, feel free to draw it with me, but you can put anything you want. The way it works is basically I'll just drop an image in from whatever my stuff was, like this was the bison from yesterday. So anything below that is stuff I have not shared on stream yet, so that's kind of how I keep track of it. Yeah. So just make sure when you come into the Discord, you'll see stream events. So this is like anything stream related that I do can be found here. Go to the warm-up art section. You can find like chat and questions and references and ideas and stuff in the event chat, but go to the warm-up art section to drop your actual warm-up sketches. Art showcase is something different. We did this yesterday, so anything below this line is like new art that I haven't shown yet. So if you want to show one piece a month for the showcase, you can drop that one piece in there, but just read the rules that are pinned to the top of chat, so just so you understand what it is and how it works. If you want to share general artwork, right down here in art share is where you want to put that. I know that's kind of confusing, but hopefully if you just poke around a little bit, it'll make more sense. So let's start off with, let me make sure you guys can see this also. I had some trouble with that yesterday. Let's start off with Shura's. Shura did this really intricate coral. Holy cow. See, I was gonna do one of these, but I was afraid of it. But this is, I like the way that you tackled this actually, Shura. It looks like maybe you did the dark lines first and then went over the top with the light to kind of pull that form out. I see a little bit of color in here too. That's kind of fun. Really, really nice study. Yeah, you got that fan shape right here really well. Just like the intricate lacing. It almost reminds me of like mold or something, like the way it's growing. It's kind of like spider webbing out, you know? Unironically making a hydration icon. Oh, no way. Nice. Well, cheers to that. Let me hydrate real fast. I found it super interesting. I don't see why you're always afraid to ramble. Well, I guess I worry that the rambles are annoying. It's just insecurity, Terzia. Don't mind me. I mostly just want, like, I don't know. That's why we have the ramble signal, so I can, like, check myself if I've been rambling, or if I'm, just to alert the masses that I'm going to ramble, and then I can check myself and be like, is this a ramble I really want to go on, or is it too off topic? Anyway, it's like my disclaimer. But yeah, sure, this looks fantastic. There's a lot going on in this piece, and I feel like this is a texture you'd be able to pull into a painting and be like, hey, like, here's some coral, you know? Now it makes me want to try and draw this one. I want to know what this is called. I wish I knew more about coral. I probably wish I would have had more time to do so. Usually I try to do a little more research about organisms and stuff before I do these streams, but I did not wake up on time to do any amount of research before this. A sign someone just texted here at the cat we don't hate crazy. We pray to. Well, there you go. Is that a reference to me? Oh, Charzia! This looks fantastic, but it does look extremely complex. I will never draw coral again. Hey, good on you for tackling it. Dang. Actually, okay, so I'm actually really interested in the way that you did this. I really like this, like, almost like flat cut paper style to what you're doing here, Charzia. See, this is not a way that I would have thought to tackle this, but I really like the effect. I know you said you're never doing this again, but like, even though you did this study, I'm like trying to absorb this into my visual library right now. I'm like looking at this real hard, like, okay, what did Charzia do here? It looks like they did the flat green in the background first to make that shape, and then like went over the top with those little details. I really like that. Same thing here. I really, really like this. It was your way of trying to simplify it. It is very chaotic. I know. I was struggling with that too. I really like this though. But yeah, you drew, this looks intense. Like all these little tiny bits. Like that is a lot. That is a lot. But I do like the way you shape simplified though. See, this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to do like an actual study of a coral image. It's very chaotic. There's so much life going on. But this actually looks really cool. I really like the way you broke it up into the different planes. Man. See, you're actually making me want to draw more coral. Which is funny. I'm sure if I had done this whole thing, I would feel the same way as you and be like, I'm never doing this again. But I'm glad that you attempted it. Ooh, look at the texture in this one. This is really fun. Oh, I like that. And I need to research more about types of coral. This is beautiful. I'm just trying to absorb it. That's all. Don't mind me. I'm just trying to suction your skills just a little bit. Yeah, that's really fun to look at. I'm probably gonna have to come look at this again, to be honest. Fantastic work. I'm proud of you for attempting it, even though it does look extremely complex. But I really, really like the effect. It kind of almost looks, honestly, like a final illustration, quite frankly. My strength to keep drawing coral? No. Well, I did stop. Oh, and look, you went and did a person study. Was this kind of to decompress from the coral? Charcia. Oh, this looks so good. Your proportions are so nice. Your expressions are so good. I need to get better at people. I have so many things I need to get better at. Art is hard, folks. Art is hard. This looks fantastic. Great study. And this is part of why I like the art gym, right? Like I like seeing what you guys are studying because it inspires me to go do some studies. Like I would not be doing this without you guys. So thank you for being here. This looks fantastic. And thank you for sharing your work with everybody so that everybody can get inspired, you know? And if you're watching the stream right now and you're like, shoot, I just got here, like I would have loved to participate in this. How do I do this for next time? Feel free at any time to post any studies in this warm-up art section, as long as it's from reference and it's not, you know, not safe for work or, you know, breaking TOS or anything. Feel free to post it in here, you know, as long as it's for something from reference. You don't have to post the reference. You certainly can. A lot of people do. But if you just want to post this study, like, I mean, I don't always post the reference. Sometimes I just post the study. Post whatever you want, but it just needs to be clear that it is a study and not like a finished piece that you used reference for, if that makes sense. Holy cow, Amaze. Look at the detail in this. Ay caramba. This looks really good. Man, you were really doing some careful observation here. Use. Amaze has more stamina than I do. I did wavy lines and I was like, yeah, we're moving on. like I'm done with this piece. This looks really fantastic. Well, nice job. Wow. Man, you really were looking at every bit of it. That's impressive. It's hard because it's so tangled. You know, it's hard to pick out the little pieces of what you need to draw and what to exclude. Like, I can see there's some things that you excluded, but it's clear that it was a deliberate choice to exclude them to make the image more readable. But, man, you did a good job with your line weight, kind of like bringing, excuse me, bringing some foreground and background. Hold on, I need to hydrate. My voice is going. Sorry, guys. Yeah. No, you did great. I think you succeeded. Amaze, this is fantastic. Well done. Really well done. And you guys, for anyone who doesn't know, Amaze is a streamer now. We convinced him. We talked him into to streaming here on Twitch. So if you aren't already following Amazing Fan 15 and you want to go watch him do some nice, he does a lot of great line drawings, character design stuff. Animation on his stream sometimes is pretty cool, so go check out his channel. We're happy to have him here on Art Twitch, and hopefully if you're an artist out there who's thinking about Twitch, don't be afraid to reach out. I would love to see the art community grow on Twitch. I think it's an amazing community, and I would love for more of my artist friends to get on here and just realize that it's the better social media, at least in my opinion. Probably the safest one for most of us right now, but most of us visual artists anyway. But amazing, this looks fantastic. Thank you, everybody. These all look fantastic. Thank you, everybody, for participating today. I really appreciate your company, and I appreciate your accountability, and just your chatter and your enthusiasm, and tolerating me rambling about vaquitas, and encouraging it even. Thank you, See You Art, as well, for that raid earlier. Hey, Septic, how you doing? It's good to see you. What's up? What's new? We're actually kind of wrapping up here. Should have drawn Carl. Should we watch that really fast so people can know what we're talking about here? It's Rick from the. Thank you, Charzy. I'm glad you don't mind them. I appreciate the encouragement. I just sometimes need permission. I'm kind of a weirdo like that. I just need to know it's okay sometimes. Oh no, hold on. Walking Dead Carl. Carl Coral. I need to know the Carl Coral scene. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't watch this on stream because I might click the wrong one. Oh no, it's just him crying. Sorry, I was trying to find the one where he actually yells Coral. Nope, it's just him crying. Well, you know what? I'll find it and I'll put it on the Discord. If anyone needs it, Coral, it'll show up on the Discord later. Or if somebody knows where that clip is, that isn't like a meme. Well, I mean, it is a meme, but you know what I mean. It's not like a weird YouTube thing where somebody did something over it. I will share it on Discord. That's very funny. Yeah, well, it's okay. You don't have to draw Coral if you don't want to, Yanni. You could have drawn Carl from The Walking Dead. That would have been very funny. But I'm glad to have you here anyway, Yanni, and everyone else too. Everyone else who's been hanging out, lurking, doing all that stuff, just watching, listening, chatting. Or if you were here and you didn't even know it because you got raided in and you're asleep, I still appreciate you. I appreciate you leaving that little volume up just a tad to kind of help with that. Yeah, to help with that lurk, that view count. And hopefully I'll catch you guys another time. I am going to go find someone to raid, though. I'll be streaming again tomorrow. Thank you, Maze, for being so on top of that and posting that schedule. Oh, I see your YouTube link. I'll have to click that and share it. Yeah. I'll share that in Discord. Thanks for finding that. But let's go ahead and raid on out into... I think this is the one I was looking at, too. Yeah. Yeah, this was the thumbnail, for sure. I just wasn't sure what it was, so I didn't want to click it on stream. I like to vet things. Bye, KC. Hey, I see what you did there, Mayor of Canada. Nice, nice. Nice, nice. Shoot. Let's see. Who's on? Who's streaming? Who can we raid? Where is there an art Twitch person? Ooh, Easel is on. We haven't raided Easel in a while. Steve Sketches is on. We also haven't raided him in a while. He's been up for 4 hours. Holy cow. I don't know how much longer he'll be on. Alec Oberart is on. He's really awesome. Tends to be pretty family friendly too. There's a lot of good options. Ooh, ooh, the Illustrator's on. Oh my gosh, he's like never on when I'm streaming. He's been on for half an hour, I think. We should read into the Illustrator. He does really cool paintings. I think you guys will really like him. I don't think he's in like a totally different time zone for me, so I'm like very rarely on at the same time that he's usually only streaming at like midnight for me. This must be a late stream for him. Yeah, maybe we should read into Z Illustrator. If you guys don't already know Z Illustrator, you should. A really great artist. I've actually followed for a while here on Twitch. Let me show you guys what he does really fast, because right now he's doing some thumbnails, but this is like some of the work he does. So if you want to come see something awesome like this getting made, and you're not already following Z Illustrator, come join in on this raid. I think you guys will really enjoy it. I don't think we've ever had a chance to raid him, so I'm kind of excited. Here is a link. Yeah, it's super gorgeous. Here's a link to his Twitch if you want to, if you get left in the raid and you want to still come follow him. Here's a little shout out if you want to follow him preemptively. I don't know if I spelled that right. Z Illustrator. I'm so tired. I can't even like read. Anyway, come join. Come join. Let's go make his day. He's great. I think you'll like him a lot. A lot of cool artists on Twitch. Yeah, Z Illustrator does great stuff, right, Blue Skittle? Yeah, I've never caught him on while I've been streaming. Hopefully he doesn't hop off while I'm chatting. Let's go ahead and start the raid so he can't leave. All right, see you guys later.